Right then guys, welcome to another episode of Hooked. My name's John Murray and I'm an angling addict, and today I'm doing another tackle talk. Something a little bit different today. I'm talking about water floats. Yeah, that's right, so floats that are actually loaded with water. I've never used them before myself and I'm really looking forward to trying these out. One of the viewers has actually sent me these through, and you can actually purchase these on eBay. So what we'll do is we'll just jump over on the computer. I'll show you where you can find them if you're interested in them, and you can go out and give them a go yourself. But I'll do a little chat on the various types of them, how they actually work, and as I say, I'm looking forward to giving them a go. That should be quite shortly. Close season on the rivers is imminent, so going to get plenty of opportunities to try these things out in the next few weeks, stroke months. So yeah, let's jump onto the computer, we'll take a look at them, and then we'll take a look at them in the flesh, and I'll have a little chat around them. Okay, so here we are on eBay, and I'm just going to tap into here, water loaded floats, and straight away the first ones that come up are the 8-gram pellet wagglers. Now these are fairly interesting. If we just zoom on that, you can see that they're plastic in construction. This is one of the 8-gram pellet wagglers. Now these 8-gram versions aren't actually adjustable, so they are pre-filled, and they've got a fair bit of weight to them. Apparently you don't want to put a great deal of locking shot on with these. They cast really well as they are, so I think all you need really is a Waggler adapter, maybe a 2 or 3 droppers down the line, if any, and they're going to get you out quite a distance. Now I think one of the benefits of these is the fact that because they are filled with water and weighted with water, they are actually neutral buoyancy. So when they actually sit in the water, or when you cast them out, they won't dive, so they're pretty much anti-dive because of the neutral buoyancy of them. That's yet to be tested by me, but that's what the producer of these floats has actually told us. So if we just have a quick look at the description back on the computer, here we go. So water loaded 8-gram crystal Waggler floats complement our popular 2 and 4-gram versions. 2 floats in a set, red and yellow cap floats in each set. Floats cock automatically. The floats cast miles with a stiff rod and are easily controlled in the air to feather the landing. Unfortunately, due to the technical issues, this model no longer has interchangeable or adjustable caps and is merely a normal pellet Waggler. The caps do not come off. The original is still the best, unlike the copies on eBay. The paint on these is permanent and will not come off. Full refund if not happy. Well, what's not to like about that? Yeah, not particularly cheap, but certainly an interesting item. £6 for 2, so probably on par with the cost of most floats out in the tackle shops nowadays. Right, if we just head back, I'll try and find the 4-gram versions, and these are adjustable. There we go. So these are actually coming in, looks like there's a set of 3 there for £6.50. And you can see on these the sort of dome cap that they've got on them. If I get hold of one of these 4-gram versions that has been sent to me, you just got to be a little bit careful. I've not really played about with these too much yet, but I have adjusted them, and that cap can be moved up. Ah, there we go. So actually, those caps come off completely. So what that's doing is, you've got a section there which is filled with water, and then the cap pushes on and gives you a little bit more air within the float itself. Now what is said about the 4-gram pellet Wagglers is that they have interchangeable caps, so you can change the colour of the cap on them. I've got a yellow one over here as well, so obviously you can swap and change without having to swap the float off the line. You can adjust the buoyancy of the float, as we've said, by adjusting the height of that cap and the air gap in the top of there. And basically, if you put those on, put your dropper shots on, and then move the cap up or down to try and suit, and then you may have to do a little bit of fettling, I imagine, with your rig as you would normally. But by lifting that cap up, you can get more shots underneath, or less by pushing it down. So is there a huge amount of play? I don't know what the variation is on that, but I imagine, you know, you've got the ability to probably put in an extra sort of 0.5 centimetre of air into that cap, and that's probably going to equate to quite a significant amount of shot, to be quite honest. So not quite sure how adjustable they are, but they certainly look interesting, and because they're so small and neat, you know, I really fancy these for a little bit of mugging for carp. Right, back to the computer. Next up, the water-loaded crystal waggler, ideal for winter dobbing. Right, so these are the larger version of the water-loaded crystal waggler. Let's just have a little play with this and see if we can adjust this cap. Yeah, there we go. So once again, that top section pulls off there and can be adjusted. So if you can see that, you've got a little bit of play there, and that can be pushed all the way down. So same principle as the 4-gram pellet wagglers. They look interesting. And I mean, I quite like the fact that they've got the insert tip on, because they're going to be really, really sensitive. So once again, you know, you can increase the amount of loading shot if you want to lock them off with shots, or shot down the line if you prefer attaching these via a Waggler adapter or a couple of float rubbers. So back on the computer, we'll just head back and see if we can find the smaller version of these. Looks like there's some more out here as well. I'm not sure about these ones. I don't know whether it's the same seller. Let's have a look at this. I don't have this one, I don't think. This is a 2 gram. So maybe, yeah, it's same chap who's selling this. So I've not actually been sent any of those to try. But I'm just going to look for the smaller ones. I think, what are the other ones that he actually sent out to me? I think there might be a 2 gram. Maybe a 2 gram insert, but see if we can find them. Yeah, so I can't find the smaller version of the insert wagglers, but these are dinky, and I really like these. These are probably, if I'd seen these on eBay without having been informed about them by the seller, I'm pretty sure I would have taken a few of these on board, because I really fancy having a go with these for a few hide. I mean, they're tidgy. They're probably, this section here is probably only about 1 inch. Nice little tip on there, and a decent bit of casting weight. I fancy having a go with these for fishing for F1s and hide, as I say. I'll probably use them up at Brafferton, where I did the pellet waggler fishing video last year, and potentially up at the Oaks fishing for hide if I ever have a go on the waggler. So yeah, something a little bit different. Now lastly, he sent me a what I would call an onion float. So apparently these are a copy of the old Drennan Polywag floats from the 90s. So if you remember these, drop me a comment down below. Tell me if you remember these Polywag type floats. These are all handmade. And it's got an interchangeable tip, but what's interesting about this is that the tip is adjustable. So it actually pulls out, red tip there, and there's a yellow tip here. And you can adjust the tip height for sensitivity, or the amount showing, without actually having to adjust the shotting on your float. So if you want less tip showing, you just dot that down, push that down a bit more. If you want a little bit more tip showing, pull that up, and you know, you've got that adjustment there. So if the wind gets up, you're able to show a bit more tip out of the surface of the water, and hopefully keep on fishing without having to adjust your shots. Anyway, I think there's some really good innovation there. As I say, not tried yet, but looking forward to giving them a go. So if you enjoyed this video, guys, and you found it of some use, don't forget, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss an episode every time I upload one. I'll pop you some links in the description down below. Thanks for watching, guys, and until the next one, tight lines.